right, this is going to be an important video to watch if you're thinking about playing the game on global launch. Because the game right now is in soft launch in Canada on Android devices. If you're interested in playing the game now, there's a link in the description. But the tentative release date for this game globally is September 30th. I suspect it'll be before that. Stay tuned. But this is going to be an important video to watch because there were some significant patch notes and changes to the game where we've been providing a lot of feedback. And some of the feedback that we've been giving, they actually went and did the exact opposite. And I'm trying to give some context to this, but largely, just to cut to the meat of what we're going to say, it's very controversial. Netmarble are killing the game before it's released globally. Well, are they? Is they? I don't know. It seems like they are. It seems like a really strange move. Also, this is the feedback that they take. Dumbest, most tone deaf update for once. Both free-to-play players agree are bad for the game. Ridiculous update. Not helpful to the player base. So nothing is balanced like you claim. This is crazy. People, from what I can see, are actually deleting the game and moving on. Let's talk about what it is. Some of the stuff is good. Some of it's okay. Some of it just doesn't really matter much. They changed some timing on the Mega War. The squad experience and acquisition adjustment. I went and looked at this, and it didn't look that strange to me. Like, I was fine to me the way that they changed it. They just moved some of the points around. I'll get back to you on that. But to me, this was not as big of a deal as some other people went. This right here. Okay. They changed the rewards around. And so let me explain what that means. Every week, there's rewards. And if you go into records and hit rankings, and you get ranked, and there's significantly good rewards if you place in the top 100. And so, and it resets on Sunday. So literally all day yesterday, I was playing the game like crazy, trying to get my rankings under 100 just so I could get the rewards. And I'm like, okay, I want to do this. Well, they changed the rewards, which is fine, but they changed it for last week. So like all the rewards that I thought I was going to be getting, all the rewards that I've been working for the entire week was absolutely changed. Now, a lot of people were trying to place in the top 1,000. Like these people, like the people that were grinding super hard to get like first and second place, instead of getting 2,500 crystals, they got 1,300 crystals. I don't understand what kind of game company does this. People worked an entire week and then they just changed it. Now, changing the reward schedule is fine, but changing it after you've been working on it for an entire week, and they changed it like 10 minutes before the payout. Oh, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do what we said. What you thought you were gonna get, what you've been working for all week. We're not gonna. All right, fine. That's not the worst part. That's not the worst part. That's what's so scary about this. Is not the reinforcement right here. Craft balance adjustment. The balance items consumed during craft, sim particles and stable convergent particles have been adjusted. Basically, the stable convergent particles doesn't matter much, right? Because those are farmable. You can get those, right? If you want to grind them, you can get them. Now, the sim particles, you absolutely cannot grind. This is something that is allocated to you once a day by going into special locks. You can only do it once. You only get the reward once, and you get somewhere between 10, 12. It depends, right? And then you go to craft the pieces, and basically you're locked in to only being able to craft 2 pieces a day. Now, in the past, you could craft like 3 or 4 pieces. They basically made it like a lot worse. It required 3 before, now it requires 5. So I can craft 2 pieces a day. Why is this a big deal? This is probably the biggest deal in the game, and I need to explain why this is a big deal. There's something called regional gear, and when you complete a region, they give you 1 piece of the regional gear, and every character has 4 pieces of gear: head, chest, arms, legs, right? And when you go and you get the head piece just for completing the region, everybody's got 1 piece, and that is the best piece in the game. As currently, and it has higher stats, and everybody is really looking for those other 3 pieces. And there's basically 3 ways that you could acquire those pieces. the free-to-play way by crafting them in the workshop, which we'll take a look at right here. And we're walking to the workshop. You craft it in the workshop. You can randomly roll these 10 packs and spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, or you get a chest once a day in that special ops, which is super random, right? One chest is nothing. Now, I've been trying to craft these pieces right here, the Hydra Empire, because I'm looking for a particular one. I could craft 2 pieces today. We don't know what the drop rate on it. It says there's a low drop rate to acquire a Hydra Empire costume. I'm guessing that the drop rate on this is 1 in 200. So let me spell out some math for you. Now, let's say you have 3 of the 4 pieces and you only need the feet left, right? So you have a 1 in 200 chance that you'll get a drop. But it could be the head, it could be the chest, could be the arm. Okay, so I really need to craft about 800 to get this piece. Wow, I have no way of farming this. I can only craft 2 a day. Okay, 400 days. It's gonna take me 400 days, 1 year, to get this last piece. And that's granted that you have 3 out of 4. This was the largest complaint in one of my videos earlier, because I was complaining when it required 3 pieces and I could craft 4 a day, 3 or 4 a day. Now I can only craft 2 a day. So I was like, back then I was thinking, okay, this is gonna take me 6 to 9 months to get what I need, maybe 6 months. Now it's gonna take over a year. All right, okay, fine. The game is grindy. That's ways. Let's talk about the game being grindy. All right, what we're all trying to get here is 6-star gear, right? I've got some 5-star gear. Now, I've spent $25 on the game. I've pulled some drops. I've gotten lucky. I will eventually get 6-star gear, but let's just talk about it. You get some pieces every day. You get this like 1-star gear. Maybe you get like 20 of them a day. And then you take 5 of them plus another one. So total of 6 of them to make 1 2-star. Then you go find 5 more and another 2-star, the original 2-star. So another 6 to make a 3-star. And then another 6 to make a 4-star. Another 6 to make a 5-star. Another 6 to make, it just all goes up. 6, 7, 8,000 1-star pieces. And you're getting like 20 a day. Now that's not entirely true. Sometimes they give you 4-star boxes, 5-star, random, like through login calendars, but there's no way of farming this stuff. Minimum 2 months to get 1 piece of gear to 6-star without spending money and just free to play. Now I've spent $25. I bought packs. It's helped tons, but minimum 2 months to get maybe the wrong piece, maybe a piece that's not even a regional piece, right? Oh my God. The game is on another level when you need 7,000 pieces, and you can't farm this stuff. Basically, it's allocated to you in an allowance. The only thing that's really farmable in this game, in some measure, is gold and convergium. And we're going to get to that. Because they changed that. And so I just want to say, this game is super grindy if you don't want to spend money. Like, if you want to get this piece of gear, like this 1 piece of gear that I'm talking to replace this, I've got this piece of gear right here. I need to get the legs. All right, maybe that'll take a year. To convert this piece to 6 stars, 2 months. Unless you want to spend money. Unless you want to spend money, you can do it right away. So, and I was complaining about this just taking a long time, and they went the other direction. They made it much, much longer. Okay, let's keep going. Medkit adjustment. Okay, so this is kind of, a lot of people were really upset about this particular, the medkit adjustment one. And for me, I was like, okay, that's not good. But here it is. Basically, I use the level 6 medkits every day. And so they used to cost 20,000 for 100. Now it costs 30,000. Okay, you die in a zone. It used to cost 5,000 to revive. Now it costs 25,000. All right. So so where this is going to make a difference is I typically play on an emulator right here on LD Player, and I can leave this thing on overnight, and I can get extra gold that way by farming, right? But if you're somebody that does not want to have a device dedicated to this game, like an extra tablet or an extra phone, let it run continuously, I'm talking like always running, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage with these changes, because I can get gold by farming overnight by just letting it sit in the background run all night long, where somebody that does not want to do this, you're just going to have a severe problem with gold. That's the way I see it. So what does Reddit say? And I just want to read some of these comments. Netmarble are killing the game before its release. Recent patch nerfed crafting, meaning you have to use nearly double the amount of particles to craft a single piece of gear, while also increasing the cost to speed up the crafting process. All right, double the amount of particles. Basically, now you can do 2 pieces a day. The drop rate's 1 in 200 to get the piece that you want. You need, if you have 3 out of the 4 set, you could pull duplicates. They're not going to be helpful. You're probably going to have to open up 800 to get that last piece. That's granted that you have 3 out of 4 pieces. If you only have 1 piece, it's going to, I mean, they basically, it went from, oh, this system is going to take 2 years, 3 years, if you have only 1 piece, to now maybe it takes 5 years if you want to do it free to play. In addition to that, having the exclusive stats on cards is just plain awful as a punishes player to have multiple characters in a game that is about squads. What they're saying there is this game has different upgrade systems, and sometimes the systems are tied to the character. Sometimes they're tied to your account, and you can take it from Iron Man to Black Widow to Spider-Man and so on and so on. So one of the more free-to-play friendly and nice systems is the badge system, and the badge system coupled with the cores, which are little points right here. Those can be transferred from character to character. Like, you get the best one in the game, like I'm pretty happy with this one right here. Then I could take it into my other character. This gear right here, that is tied to Iron Man, right? So if I go crazy on this gear, it's only going to be on Iron Man. So then there's this other system where it's called the mega cards, and people are really upset about this, and I'm starting to believe that it's 1000% intentional, that it's not accidental, that there's these mega cards, and when you get the, like right now, right here on this account, this is my Iron Man account. What say you pull some super duper card, but it's really like the best card for Black Widow? Well, because I pulled that card on my Iron Man account, I get this exclusive stat that is tied to Iron Man, and there's no way of changing that. So when I'm buying cards for my main account, it's pretty much going to get that exclusive stat for Iron Man, and I could transfer the card to Black Widow, but it's always going to have that Iron Man stat, and there's no way of re-rolling it. So like if you are spending tons of money and doing these drops, and you pull the perfect Black Widow card, but you were logged in under Iron Man because you actually were looking for the perfect card for Iron Man, you can transfer the card to Black Widow, but that exclusive stat will always say Iron Man on it. It's really horrible. There's no way of changing it. They know about this. I'm starting to believe it. So basically, this is a system that most of it's transferable. Like if I want to play my Black Widow, I can transfer a lot of this to Black Widow, but I'm always going to get stuck with that exclusively stat for Iron Man. A lot of people are upset about this, especially people that have spent a lot of money on cards. Fine. This game cannot be seen to be predatory. There's going to be the same amount of attention Marvel Ventures did, and that has been one of the catastrophic mess and abysmal player base, and one of the most toxic communities ever seen. Well, we'll see. As Pills UK has highlighted well, the cost to revive yourself has increased from 5,000 gold to 25,000 gold. Yes, we talked about that. Absolutely no reason for this increase other than force players to grind even more. Yes. And in case they're going to die while grinding, forces them to fork out the gold they just farmed. Very poor form when I thought it was a great game when it launched in Canada. Now they have a subpar game, and the rest of the world will have to only know this subpar version. Clearly, Netmarble just wants to rinse players' times and wallets and actually help them work on key problems with the game. There's a lot to love about this game. I agree. This game is actually very well, a beautiful game, a lot of fun, very time consuming. I'm going to say it's a very time consuming game. There's a lot of love about the game, but exclusive stats and the recent nerf makes the future of this game questionable. It was what we have to look forward to. The recent patch nerf for crafting meaning you have to use nearly double the amount of particles to craft a single piece of gear. Yes, what the feedback that we've been giving, the complete opposite of that. It was too expensive. Everybody's been saying this. Like, I made a video about it. Darth Microtransactions made a video about it. And the key points of both of these videos was like, the sin particles, we need more, or way of getting them more. Not only did they ignore that feedback, they went the other direction, made them more scarce. It blows my mind. Oh, the other thing is that it's a mobile game. And so people seem to think that predatory practices are okay in mobile games. I don't know. And then let's just look at some of the feedback that we're giving in the server, and you can see the number of upvotes. These are people that are participating in the soft launch and giving suggestions to developers. Just woke up to the announcement under maintenance, excited about the patch up of the game, and I'm really disappointed by this update. Takes away from so much fun of the game. Please fix the change you made the patch back how it was before. Changing the weekly rewards at the last minute at the weekly rewards is not cool at all. That's right. All the people were expecting to get rewards that they grinded for the entire week, and then they changed them at the last minute. They didn't even bother to make it go through for next week. No, last week's rewards. The rewards that you've been working on for the entire week. No, you got first place. Oh, you get half as much now. It's crazy. I feel betrayed and cheated on. Hate the fact that I was promised a cake last week, but I got a cookie instead. You devs should play this game because you clearly don't, so you can understand how bad the resources, especially gold, while making everything cost more is a bad idea. Sin particles. The main thing in the game that stops your progress is like a brick wall. Is only can eat 8 to 12 a day from special operations, meaning that previous card we could craft 2 to 4, and now you make it worse? Yeah. Sim particle change was the worst I've seen to come from a game in years, and I know Kraken Null. It's already four boxes max a day on a piece of gear that drops maybe 1 in 600. I'm not sure that it's 1 in 600. I've actually pulled one myself. But from me polling people, because we don't know the odds, most people say, I mean, there are people out there who said, hey, I've opened 300 of these and I've gotten 0. I pulled 400 of these and I've gotten 0. That's fine. I suspect the odds are 1 in 100 or 1 in 200. Bad. No disclosure on what the odds are. Yeah, this isn't it. You're losing a lot of people today. It's sad. Game besides is bad business choices. Don't be greedy in soft launch. Why you change weekly rewards like that was pure utter trash. Tell us about it this week and implement the changes next week. Don't screw us about what was already said. It was completely unnecessary to do it that way. It's just I understand that they want to change the reward system. Like they looked at it as like, this is not really what we want. We don't change it. You don't change it 10 minutes before the payout when everybody's been working on it for unbelievable. Bad enough the game is RNG on top of RNG, on top of RNG, on top of RNG. But this, before the update was okay with RNG, but you released this balance update. RNG was the reason why I quit other MMO games. The design of making alts and deleting them during races over and over is broken and not fun. All you should be able to get characters, level them, play on level 100. Need to remove the ability to delete characters, remove slots, make for free. And I agree with this. This is a separate issue right here, which is another thing. It was really interesting is that they said that they were going to make continue like when we first got the preview of the patch notes, it said adjustments over and over again, which means drastic nerfs. A lot of people thought these adjustments were going to be in the player's favor, but none of them were. I don't know. I can't believe they're doing this in soft launch. And I do want to say this. I do understand the need for the developer to slow down the pace of the game. I played Marvel Strike Force in soft launch, and they drastically slowed the game down. Like it was sped up in soft launch, and then last minute before the game went global, they slowed things down. And boy, this is going to get abstract right here. One of the worst things that the developer can run into is that mostly the game is catered to Krakens and people at the top end of the game that have spent a lot of money. And there's nothing worse than a Kraken getting bored because they already have everything. Maybe the perception was there is that there were some people that got everything so quickly and then they have nothing else to look forward to. And they're looking at that and they're going, we got to slow down the pace of the game so that it takes longer to get everything so that people don't get bored. That's the only thing I can think of, but this seems like a really bad way to do it. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.